What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tristin TaZe. Hope you all are having a wonderful, fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel for a brand new Modern Warfare video. Now, in today's video, guys, what I have for you is we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 best COD setups as of the current update for Modern Warfare, which is update 1.09, giving you guys everything you need to know between attachments, perks, lethals, tacticals, as well as kill streaks and field upgrades when it comes down to it. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. Again, I'm very happy to be back making content for you guys. Hopefully you had a really good Thanksgiving, Black Friday, as well as Cyber Monday at the time of this recording. But, of course, with that being said, guys, let's get into today's video. So the first concept that we're going to be looking at is the Kilo 141. Now, we're not going to go too in-depth and everything, but, of course, for this class setup, we have the muzzle brake. For the muzzle, we have the SingGuard armed SOCOM barrel, which is really, really good. This one actually helps with the damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, which actually helps make this gun absolutely dominant. For the laser, we have the 5mm laser. There is no optic on here. Occasionally, I will put on the integral optic or the operator reflex sight. I am not running a stock on this just because most of the stocks don't really do that much when it comes down to it. And then I'm running FMJ and I'm running the Merc foregrip, as you guys can see right here, which is going to help with recoil control, but lose both of those aim down sight things when it comes down to it. For the perks, most of them are not going to change, as well as the lethals and tacticals. I'm running Scavenger, Ghost, and Tune-Up. Molotov Cocktail for a lethal, and tactical is a stun grenade. Moving on to the next class setup, guys, I have the P90 here, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this class setup. You guys can see at the bottom left of your screen, this is just a absolutely dominant gun when it comes down to it. So I have the muzzle brake, the Forge Tech Retribution, and this is where a lot of good things come into play. The damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control on this gun with this attachment is just nasty at the end of the day. I have the 1mm laser on here, so that's going to be really good. I am running a stock, which is going to be the fly strap. That's to help with the aim, walking, movement speed, and the sprint to fire. So that way, you're able to get into gunfights a lot faster. When it comes down to it, I'm using FMJ on this class setup, and I'm not using a rear grip or a underbarrel at the current moment. I probably could use one of the grip tapes when it comes down to it, but right now, not necessarily doing that. As you guys can see, the perks and lethals and tacticals really haven't changed with this class setup. Moving on to the next one, guys. This is obviously, you guys know, my favorite. This is the XRK variant of the M4A1. So going into this is definitely the most overpowered gun as of right now, as you guys can see, with accuracy, damage range, and control. So I have the muzzle brake on here. I have the stock M16 Grenader, which just really helps out at the end of the day. We have no laser on here. We have the integral hybrid, which is really good. So you have that zoom level, that reflex to scout toggle, and that's just going to help out a lot more at the end of the day. I'm not running a stock on this when it comes down to it, but you probably could when it comes down to some of the other types of stocks that are going to be available once you start ranking up a lot more. I'm using the FMJ as a perk, and then for the underbarrel, I am using the Merc foregrip at the end of the day. And I have to say that that's really fun. A lot of the times, I also have the Strela P on here, just because in case I need to shoot down chopper gunners, UAVs, whatever it may be, just in case. For the next one, guys, I do have a P90 class as well, which actually has the granulated grip tape on here. And you guys can just see again how dominant this gun is. Normally, I have 2 SMGs on here. I'll either use the AUG or the UZ. Sometimes maybe the PP9 Bison, as you guys have seen in the past. But this is kind of the class that I have on here. And I also have, the AUG on here. So that's why I have Overkill instead of Scavenger. On this one, guys, I have Tactical Suppressor, the Extended Barrel, the Merc foregrip, the GI Mini Reflex. I do not believe I'm running a stock on here yet. And then again, like I said, I'm running FMJ at the end of the day. And moving on to the next class setup, guys, the final class setup is the M13. One of the guns that people would compare this to the Honey Badger in Call of Duty Ghost. And I have to say that this gun is definitely just overpowered with accuracy, damage, range, and control, as you guys can see. So on this class up, we're using the muzzle brake for the muzzle, which is really, really good at the end of the day. For barrels, we're not really using a barrel on this class up just yet. For this, though, we are using the tac laser, which is going to help with that aiming stability, the aim down sight speed, and walking steadiness. The only con to this is that lasers are going to be visible to enemies. But as long as you know where, when those spots or so forth may be, typically you can get past that when it comes down to it. Now, I'm using the integral hybrid, which you guys know I've talked about is just nasty at the end of the day. I am not using a stock on this gun as of right now, which probably you could and be just overpowered. I plan on using FMJ once it gets unlocked on here, because I think once I have done that, this gun is just going to be insanely overpowered. I'm using the granulated grip tape for that aim walking steadiness and aim stability. And then, again, like I said, guys, using the Merc foregrip at the end of the day for recoil control and hipfire accuracy when it comes down to it. And, again, nothing's really changed between the perks, lethals, or tacticals. So, moving into the kill streaks, guys, that I end up using, I'm using the UAV, I'm using the precision airstrike, and I'm using the chopper gunner at the end of the day. Very simple streaks for most players to be able to get, even in the sweatiest of lobbies. So that is definitely going to be something that's going to help out a lot of you guys. For the field upgrades, I am using Dead Silence, which actually helps you, rush around the map a lot faster, and it as well makes you more silent. You probably could use stopping power rounds if you wanted, some extra damage and so forth, or, whatever it may be. I've seen a couple people use deployable covers, tac insertions on enemy teams and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think about all 5 of these class ups down in the description, or in the comment section below, sorry. But, of course, with that being said, guys, my name's Tristin. TaZe. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. And with that being said, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.